messed up. And by God's grace, he saved him. So he lives to wake up and serve God. That's a practical way he does it. Second dude is a guy from day one. When we started the church, he had a church home, so we didn't invite him. We didn't invite anyone with a church home, by the way. People just started showing up. He says, you know what, dude? I just feel called by God to serve him by setting up chairs. Week in, week out. Faithfully. He'd show up by himself. His family's going to the other church that they were coming from. And then he'd go join them. But you know what he did? He's like, I feel God's called me to set up chairs. Why did he do that? Because he loved Jesus. Again, I'm sorry I'm stealing the rewards, guys, but let me tell you a story about why Al's on the team here. He could use his gift anywhere he wants, but he's called to Calvary Chapel to serve God. A couple weeks ago, there was a young man in our community that had a tragic event take place. And they asked me to oversee a candlelight vigil, prayer vigil for this young man. Tons of people showed up. And I was like, man, you know what, it'd be kind of cool to do a little worship. I had a buddy in town who actually is a great worship leader. I said, he's a younger guy. I was like, all right, man, let's have this dude do it. And I was talking to our worship leader. And if I'm a worship leader, I'd be like, hold on, man, I'm your worship leader. Shouldn't I be leading worship at this thing? You know what he did? He didn't say anything like it. He said, hey man, there might be quite a few people there. Have you ever thought about maybe setting up some sound for that to make sure everybody can hear? Me being a caveman, I'm like, no, I just was grabbing my Bible and telling the dude to take the guitar, and I just yell a lot. This man comes over to our house, grabs all the sound, all the equipment, goes and sets it up at Zorinsky Park, all of it up, and after that, he sits in the back and prays. While one of my friends, who's a younger worship leader, is leading worship in the spotlight. A couple days later, I had a meeting with him. I said, Al, you're a servant, dude. You serve God, not because you want to be seen by men, but because you love Jesus. You always have a place on this team. Whether you're the worship leader for 2 more weeks or 20 years, that's up to God. But you have a place on this team. Listen, that is Christianity. Christianity is servanthood. And that's exactly what Jesus is modeling right here in our text. Let's pick it up now. 13, John 13. Let's now look at verse 6. Now, he came to Simon Peter, so he's washing the feet. He comes to old Pete. I love that dude. And Pete said to him, Lord, you're washing my feet? What are you doing? Verse 7, Jesus answered and said to him, hey man, what I'm doing now, you don't